the Animated Parashá with Micha Animated 2.0. Welcome to another Animated Parashá with Micha Animated. This week, Parashat Acharei, which means after the passing of the two sons of Aharon Cohen, Nadav and Avihu. You ask and I answer, at least I try.
Micha, what is the most important day of the Jewish calendar?
The most important day of the Jewish calendar is the 10th of Tishrei, known as Yom Kippur, an opportunity that God gives to his people to atone, that is, to forgive for all their sins. On this day, God said to Moses, I have forgiven the people for the sins of the golden calf, as Micha has already told in previous lessons. After the death of Nadav and Avihu, the two sons of Aharon Cohen, who entered the sanctuary and made a fire, a sacrifice that God did not request. God comes to Moses and says to him, tell your brother Aharon that he cannot always enter the Kodesh HaKodashim, the Holy of Holies, the most special place of the tabernacle. Only on Yom Kippur, on the Day of Forgiveness, you, high priest, can enter. For this, the high priest Aharon Cohen had to prepare for 7 days to enter the Kodesh HaKodashim. Even he was at risk of life to enter this sacred place. How beautiful it was to see the high priest accompanied by the other priests, judges, Torah sages, the elders of the people into the Beit HaMikdash. The Day of Forgiveness, Yom Kippur, was a day filled with work for the Kohen Gadol. He changed clothes several times. Among the golden clothes, the 8 clothes that the high priest wore, and the white clothes, simple clothes of the Beit HaMikdash. When the Kohen Gadol was wearing the white clothes, he would put his hands on a cow, which he himself bought, and ask forgiveness for all the people of Israel. When he said the name of God, all the Jews who were outside the sanctuary would say aloud, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Blessed be the name of the Almighty, forever and ever. And that is why on the Day of Forgiveness, we usually say this prayer aloud. A prayer that throughout the year we say in a low voice so that the angels do not hear. A special prayer of the people of Israel. But on Yom Kippur, when we are considered angels, we say this prayer aloud. After that, the high priest stood between 2 lambs and made a draw. He put 2 papers in a box and put his 2 hands, taking the 2 papers. One was written Lashem for God, and the other was Lazazel, referring to a mountain. The right hand for the lamb on the right side of the high priest, and the left hand for the lamb on the left side of the high priest. One would be a sacrifice for God, and the other would be thrown from a mountain called Azazel, as a forgiveness for the people of Israel. On this lamb that was taken to Azazel, the Kohen tied a red thread. And when it reached the ground, miraculously it turned white as a sign that God had forgiven the people of Israel. The high priest returned to the sanctuary and made the famous incense. And at that time, he prayed for the high people of Israel to have a blessed year. A year of rains, but that the rains would not hinder the people who were on the way, wanting to go visit the house of Hashem. A year without diseases and bad news for the people of Israel. Several other works were done on the day of Yom Kippur by the Kohen Gadol, and he changed clothes several times. From the golden clothes, the famous 8 clothes, to the white clothes. When the high priest left the sanctuary safe and sound because of the wonderful work he did for the people of Israel on the Day of Atonement, all the people accompanied him with music and dances, thanking for another year, for the forgiveness that God gave to the people of Israel. And that is why the Day of Atonement is such an important day for the people of Israel, an opportunity to clean and erase all the sins we committed throughout the year. Tell us what you think of these teachings. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your comment. And here ends another Animated Parashá with Micha Animated. Don't forget to tell Parasha in your house, to your family, of course, at the table of Shabbat. See ya! The Animated Parashá with Micha Animated 2.0.